Hey, welcome to another episode of Chad's Beer Reviews with Henry and the new couch.
Glad to be here, and the couch is too.
Yeah, nice and comfy, huh?
Oh, I'll say.
Yeah, glad to get rid of that futon.
Yeah, way classier. So what do we got here?
Yeah, this is the Southern Tier Oat.
Oat?
Just oat. It's an imperial oatmeal stout. Now, if you're like me and you're 5'10" named Chad, you're probably a big fan of Southern Tier.
Okay. They do a decent job.
Yeah. They can take any beer and just kind of imperialize it, like they have the creme brulee, which is an imperial milk stout, and the chocolate, which is an imperial chocolate stout, and this is an imperial oatmeal stout.
I'm excited.
11% ABV, 28 degrees Plato, 2-row pale malt, oats, caramel malt, barley flakes, chocolate malt, black malt. For kettle hops, they use Columbus and Willamette, and that's about it. It says 48 degrees in a snifter, but we're going old school using the...
Okay. Now, do they tell us what the oat percentage is on this beer? We might have to look it up or something if it's available.
No,
the actual oat content, it's special because oatmeal contains a high amount of gum, and that gum gets out into the beer and really works wonders for the texture. That's why if you get an oatmeal beer that has enough real oatmeal in it, not all of them do, it makes the beer magical.
Yeah. Some of my favorite beers are oatmeal stouts.
Me too.
So you want to crack into this?
Absolutely. With the Uptown Beverage Opener.
Okay, we're back, and that's pretty typical stout appearance.
Yeah.
Seemingly black, but I do see a little bit of ruby red.
Yeah, there's a little bit of reddy yellow brown in there, but it's very dark. It's thick.
Even the head is like straight brown. It's like creaminess.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see.
Well, they'll see as we go.
Yeah.
Smells very stouty.
Yeah, stouty. It's got a beautiful sort of just roasted aroma.
It's like roasted in like almost like a creamer kind of smell to it. Yeah,
there's a sort of caramel to it that it really does smell almost like some of the creamers that are out there.
And a black licorice too. Do you get that?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh. Yes,
now
it aged very well.
The texture is beautiful, Chad. I was talking about the gum earlier and the texture enhancement that it lends. This texture is so smooth and it's thicker. It's not chewy, but there's so much body to it.
Yeah, there's almost kind of a stickiness to it. This is very. This is almost. If you give this to me blind, I'd almost peg this as a Russian Imperial instead of an oatmeal stout.
Oh no, it definitely has that thickness from the oatmeal that suggests that there's oats in there.
Yeah.
But flavor-wise, I get what you're saying about the Russian Imperial.
Yeah, it's got, like I said, in the nose, little bit of that black licorice. Not a whole lot. No sour grape. And there's a nice dark chocolate, like more of like a gourmet high-end kind of chocolate taste. And there's just kind of like a stickiness to the body.
The high alcohol character is definitely noticeable. Not offensively.
Right.
It's there. It's saying hello.
Southern Tier, I think you said in our last review or 2 reviews ago, it's like it's not that it's masking the alcohol; it's that it's using it. Using
it for effect. In this beer, it's sort of sitting you next to the fireplace. You can smell a little bit of the smoke, and you're feeling the warmth. It's contributing to the experience in a positive way.
Yeah. I just love smelling this beer,
Yeah, this is a wonderful smelling beer. It's a wonderful feeling beer. The carbonation is, it's noticeable, but with the thickness of the beer, I think it's at the right level. If this was more carbonated, it would get ridiculous.
Right. Well, we're going to sip on these and we'll come back with our final thoughts. Okay, we're back finishing up the Southern Tier Oat. You want to go first with your final thoughts?
Sure. This is very good, and I've warmed it up a little bit. You know, I sort of, you know, kept it, you know, firmly pressed here, getting some heat in there, and the warmer it gets, the better I like it. It makes it warmer, it makes it softer, and it brings out through the increased volatility, you know, a richer profile. I mean, as I inhale off this now, you know, there's a magic, almost sour graininess to this that is super complex, and it is super pleasing. So I'm somewhere between an 8 and a 9, and I'm leaning towards a 9. The only thing I don't like about this beer, and it might be an attempt to balance the hops against the oatmeal sour. I'm not sure, but there's something where they're just kind of missing a little bit. Then again, Southern Tier generally does get hop happy on some of their beers, and at least based on my limited opinion. I'm not an expert like this guy. But I feel that there's a little too much bitterness in the hop end for this kind of beer. It keeps me from going higher, so this is another 8-point smiley face, guys.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I was kind of on the same fence of between 8 and 9, leaning towards 8. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I like, there is like a nice dark chocolate taste to it. And it's the same thing, kind of like what you said of, there's definitely a bitterness on the finish and the aftertaste. Mm-hmm. Similar to like a coffee stout, which they also do the job of, which we'll get to eventually. Doesn't dry out my mouth, but it's keeping it from being like really tasty. It's, you know, it's a little distracting from the rest of the palate, but I like it, so I'm going to go 8-2.
Okay.
Like you said, it's a very good beer. Like I said, about wraps it up for this episode of Chad Beer Reviews.
Indeed.
Again, I'm going 8, you're going 8 on the Southern Tier.
Yeah, this is going to be probably an 8+. And right. I got to say, the texture on this is amazing. I really want to see more oatmeal in brewing. We need more oat beers, and not just in stouts. They add something wonderful to the body of a beer that I think they're underused in brewing. And,
yeah.
You know, if you're a brewer out there, think about more oatmeal. Texture-wise, amazing.
So would you say have an amount of this?
Yeah, I would definitely say have an amount of this. Make sure you don't drink it super cold. This beer gets a lot better as it warms up.
Yeah. Alright, so thanks for coming over, and cheers.
And thanks for you guys watching this video.
Bye.